And welcome, sports fans, to today's Sports Roundtable. Glad you joined us for this Easter weekend edition of the Roundtable. It's been a few weeks since we've been with you, actually 3 weeks since we've done a Roundtable. We've had quite a few assignments over the weekend, over the last few weeks, but since we've been gone, the spring sports season's been in full swing. All the track and field, baseball, softball, soccer, and tennis well underway for the area, and it's going to be the end of the school year before you know it. Here, probably within the next month, we'll be wrapping up all the sports and the school year itself. So it goes by quick, and so the spring sports season. It's a pretty short season, but quite a bit of action in the area to report on. So glad you joined us for today in this roundtable here on Saturday, and taking a look at the results from the last few days in the area. First, taking a look at Friday high school baseball results. And a big Malden Invitational taking place over the last few days. Going to be wrapping up here today on Saturday, which we'll get to those contests here momentarily. And take a look, Malden over Cooter 10-1, Bernie over Caruthersville 9-5, Caruthersville over Zenith 10-3, Bernie over Zenith Hornersville 4-2, Scott City over New Madrid County Central 13-4, Portageville over Scott City 13-1. Malden over Bloomfield 11-10, Cooter over Bloomfield 16-2, and those are the Malden Baseball Invitational results from yesterday. And taking a look at game Jonesboro and Kennett, the defending state champions down in Arkansas. Jonesboro edged Kennett 6-5 in that game yesterday on Friday. And another game's Jackson over Farmington 9-2. And Jackson over Seckman in a close one 9-8. West County over Charleston 11-1. And those are the results, baseball results from Friday. And taking a look at some Thursday high school baseball results. South Pemiscot over Portageville 3-2. Poplar Bluff over Kennett 7-2. Perryville over Festus 4-2. Oran over Advance 13-0. New Madrid County Central over Dexter 7-2. Naylor over Clarkton 26-4 in a rout. Woodland over Zalma 16-6. Holcomb over Gideon 3-1. East Carter County over Neelyville 6-2. Twin Rivers over Chaffee 8-5. And in girls soccer results from Thursday, Kennett over Campbell 15-0. Clearwater over Twin Rivers 7-0. Dexter over Advance 5-2. Neelyville over East Carter 10-2. East Prairie over Charleston 12-6, and Scott City over New Madrid County Central 12-5. And those are the girls high school soccer results from Thursday. And now moving back to baseball, the Malden Baseball Invitational. Those games are continuing today, and here are the matchups in the championship pool today. Malden will take on Bernie at 2 o'clock. Bernie versus Portageville at 4, and Malden and Portageville at 6. Those are the championship pool games this afternoon. And the silver pool taking place today, Saturday. Cooter versus Scott City at 10 a.m. Caruthersville versus Scott City at 12 noon, and Caruthersville at Cooter at 4. And some more games. Taking a look at the bronze pool today here on Saturday. Zenith Hornersville versus Bloomfield at 10 a.m. this morning. Zenith Hornersville at versus New Madrid County Central at 12 noon, and New Madrid County Central versus Bloomfield at 2. And all those games taking place in Malden. They've got 2 fields there at the Malden Sports Complex. There in Malden, really nice facility there, or baseball fields taking place there, and a really good invitational each year there in Malden in high school baseball. So those are the games taking place today there in Malden. And we're going to take our first break and be back with some local news, also some state rankings in high school baseball. We'll be back with that coming up.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 1st Street in Kennett, Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, or LLP at 513-888-4664.
At New Wave, we're proud to community serve our home. Our customers tell us having a local office is important to them. That's why we maintain dozens of local offices and employ over 500 skilled employees, all focused on delivering best customer experience. We don't just connect communities, we connect to our communities, helping support schools, organizations, and events that support all of us. Thank you for choosing New Wave Communications, a local provider of internet, TV, and phone.
And welcome back, and take a look at some local news in the area, in the sports area for Southeast Missouri. And to report on, Notre Dame Athletic Director Dustin Wengert is taking the Perryville High School basketball coaching job. So a little bit of basketball news this week as the Notre Dame Athletic Director Dustin Wengert becoming the Perryville head boys basketball coach this coming season. So a little bit of news there in the basketball scene. I know we had some other hirings as well. We had Kevin Collier was named the head football coach for the Malden Greenway for this upcoming season. Pretty sought after job there. Malden had quite a few applicants, not only locally, but from the greater area of Missouri and some other states, I believe. So, you know, you go to win 3 straight district championships, 3 straight regular seasons, state championship appearance a couple years ago. Very attractive job. Bill Wyatt left to take the Kent football job for next year, open that up, and Kevin Collier, the defensive coordinator, last number of seasons, taking over that head coaching job as he has been the head coach there for previously, I believe a couple times there, going back a number of years. So Kevin Collier stepping back into the head coaching job at Malden for this upcoming season. And let's take a look at some baseball state rankings. These were released at the first of the month, though. They've only released one poll from the Missouri Baseball Coaches Association, the preseason poll, and now this one a couple weeks back. Taking a look at Class 1 states. Number 1, the 2-time defending state champs, Bell City, there at number 1. Oran at number 2. Silex at number 3. 4, Northwest Hughesville. 5, Cooters. 6, Greenfield. 7, St. Elizabeth. 8, Bavier. 9, Wheatland. And 10, Max Creek. Taking a look at Class 2, Lincoln at number 1. 2, Mansfield. 3, Valley Catholic. 4, Chaffee. 5, Scotland County. 6, Galena. 7, New Covenant. 8, Canton. 9, Bismarck. And 10, Sturgeon. So we got a couple local teams there. Chaffee up the way there at number 4. Valley Catholic further up. St. Genevieve there at number 3. And in Class 3, Summit Christian at number 1. 2, South Callaway. 3, Lawson. 4, Scott City. 5, Fatima. 6, Forsyth. 7, Bowling Green. 8, Mountain Grove. 9, Mid-Buchanan. And 10, Cuba. And take a look at Class 4. Aurora at number 1. 2, Westminster Academy. 3, Boonville. 4, Lutheran South. 5, Country Day. 6, 6, Monette. 7, North County. 8, St. Dominic. 9, Fulton. And 10, Union. And in Class 5, Jefferson City at number 1. 2, Lee Summit West. 3, Rockwood Summit. 4, Kickapoo. 5, Vianney. 6, Hickman. 7, Oakville. 8, Lindbergh. 9, Rockhurst. And 10, Staley. Those are your state rankings for Class 5. So not a whole lot of teams locally ranked. I know in Class 1 we've got Bell City and Oran. And in Class 2, Chaffee. But those are pretty much only the local teams in the area ranked in the top 10 in the Missouri Baseball Coaches Association poll. And we're going to take another break and be back with a little update on the Major League Baseball scene so far. Also, take a look at the NBA playoffs getting underway today, this Easter weekend in the NBA. Also, a little update from the Stanley Cup playoffs and St. Louis Blues there in the mix as well. And we'll be back with that coming up.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase efficiency while kill bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
For the one-stop grocery and gas stop, it's Bill's Market in Puxico. They've got a full-service day as well as a great selection of meats, including ribeyes, T-bones, pork steaks, chicken, ham, sausage, and hamburger meat. This market is well known for their meats, and they'll keep you coming back. They carry fresh fruit and vegetable and your everyday grocery needs, such as snacks, sodas, and a deep frozen section. Their staff is friendly, and you'll always see a friendly face. That's Bill's Market on Highway 51 in Puxico.
And welcome back, and now taking a look at the Major League Baseball updates, specifically the St. Louis Cardinals, and had a rough outing, not rough outing, but just a bit rough start for the Cardinals. For the start of this season, they took on the Yankees in interleague play Friday night on the road there in New York. Took a loss 4-3 and dropped to 3-7 on the season. So not a great start for these Cardinals. Some notable stats from last night. Michael Wacha took his first loss of the year. Tanaka got the win for the Yankees. And, we'll see if we can take a look at some stats from the game last night with the Cardinals. Cardinals, we had Diaz go 2 of 4 from the plate with a run for the Cardinals. Matt Carpenter went 1 of 3 with 2 RBIs for the Cardinals. And that's pretty much, Grichuk went 1 of 3 with an RBI as well. But just come up a bit short to the Yankees Friday night. They're back in action today here on this Saturday as they take on the Yankees. Take a look here. They take on the Yankees at 12 noon today. And Carlos Martinez getting the start. Got 1 loss with a 3.65 ERA for the Cardinals so far. Taking on CC Sabathia's 1-0 with a 1.64 ERA in his first start. So be looking to that. Look forward to that contest today. Hopefully the Cardinals can get after it. They're already last place, and then 3-7. Pittsburgh Pirates ahead of them at 4-6. But Cincinnati leading the way so far at 7-4. Cubs at 6-4, a half a game behind them. So as long as the division doesn't get away too quick, they can play 500 ball and still be right there in the mix. That'll be good. So we'll see how that plays out going forward. Some other leaders or National League. Major League Baseball leaders. Baltimore leading the AL East at 7-2. They've gotten out to a good start. Yankees right behind at 6-4. Detroit Tigers at 7-3. The Minnesota Twins following the AL Central at 6-4. And the defending American League champions Cleveland Indians at 4-6 to start. They're 3 games back of the AL Central so far. In the AL West, the Houston Astros on top at 7-4. The Los Angeles Angels follow at 6-5, 1 game back. In the NL East, the New York Mets at 7-4, leading the NL East, and the Nationals a half game back at 6-4. And as I said, National Central led by the Cincinnati Reds at 7-4, and the Cubs are half a game back at 6-4. And the National League West, the Arizona Diamondbacks got off to a pretty good start, 7-4 leading the division. Colorado Rockies a half game back at 7-5. So that's a look at the current standings in Major League Baseball going into Saturday. So hopefully Cardinals can turn it around. It's just not consistent. The pitching will be off when the pitching's fairly decent. The runs aren't there. It's just not putting it together in each game of the year so far. So hopefully the bullpen's really hurt far, but hopefully they're going forward and more consistent timely hitting as well for the Cardinals. So hope for the best going forward, starting especially this weekend. And the Blues getting off to a great start as they defeated the Minnesota Wild Friday night in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Western Conference. And the Blues lead that series 2-0 now. They're the 6th seed going up against the 3rd-seeded Minnesota Wild. So the series now goes back to St. Louis for games 3 and 4. And St. Louis Blues already up 2-0. So hopefully they can close that out in St. Louis this coming week. So we'll be looking forward to that. And taking a look at the NBA playoffs getting underway today, Saturday, over this Easter weekend. And starting off with the Eastern Conference, the 2nd-seeded defending world champion Cleveland Cavaliers host the seed Indiana Pacers in the first game today at 2 o'clock here on Saturday. And that'll be a pretty interesting matchup. They were big rivals a couple years back, but Cavaliers will be heavy favorites in that series. Cavaliers have had it tough. In the last 26 games, they're 13-13. I think the last 4 they're 23-23. So they've only been playing pretty much 500 ball since the All-Star break. So we'll see how it goes. But Cleveland Cavaliers, you can tell they're struggling over the last half of the season. See if they can find the winning ways with these playoffs today. The Bucks and the Raptors. The Bucks hosting the Raptors hosting the Bucks in the Eastern. Raptors, the 4 seed, hosting the 5th seed Bucks. That'll be at 4:30 this afternoon on ESPN. Later on tonight, the Grizzlies and the Spurs. The Spurs, the 2nd seed in the West, hosting the 7th seed Grizzlies. And San Antonio, that'll be a 7 o'clock start on ESPN. One of the best series to watch there. 2 methodical teams. Memphis is a very physical team, one of the most physical teams in the league. And they defeated the Spurs a few years back. It's probably been a handful of years back now in the first round when the Spurs were 1 seed and the Grizzlies were the 8 seed. So definitely interesting dynamic there going into the series. But Spurs have been playing pretty good ball. Finished 61-21 on the year. Very solid seasons again. But should be a good series between those two. It gets underway tonight at 7 on ESPN. And the nightcap, the Clippers, the 4 seed in the West, will take on the 5th seed Jazz, Utah Jazz. That'll be at 9:30 this evening on ESPN. And those are the games to look forward to Saturday today. And looking ahead to Easter Sunday matchups, we got the Hawks and the Wizards. The Wizards, the 4 seed. Actually, I think they're I think I got that wrong a while ago. I think the Raptors are the 3 seed, and the Wizards are the 4 seed. No, I got that backwards. I think the Wizards are the 3 seed, hosting the 6 seed Hawks. Hawks in their season at 43-39. That'll be at 12 noon today on TNT, Sunday at 12 noon on TNT. The Warriors, the top seed in the Western Conference, hosting the 8th seed Portland Trailblazers. That'll be at 2:30 Sunday on ABC. The Warriors will have home court advantage throughout as they finish the year 67-15. Another stellar season by the Golden State Warriors. And Kevin Durant been out, I believe he missed 14 games, or it was more like close to 18-20 games, but they went on a winning streak when he went out. So he's coming back into the fold, healthy for these playoffs, coming off a knee injury, and like Golden State's going to have a good shot to win another world championship this season. By far, best record in the NBA this year. We'll see if they can get it done this year. Looks like it's going to be another Cavs-Warriors finals, to be honest, but they got the Trailblazers once again in the first round this season. And in the East, the top seeded Boston Celtics will host the 8th seeded Chicago Bulls. That'll be at 5:30 on TNT Sunday. And the Rockets, the 3 seed in the West, will take on the 4th seed in the West will take on I got that right. Yeah, 3rd seeded Rockets will take on the 6th seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in the West. That'll be at 8 o'clock Sunday night on TNT. That'll probably be the best matchup in the NBA playoffs. Start off the weekend. Bring 2 pretty teams. Russell Westbrook likely going to be MVP. Averaged a triple-double for the season. Unbelievable. Broke the triple-double season record of Oscar Robertson. So big-time season for Russell Westbrook. Certainly historic. And going up against James Harden, and probably the runner-up leading NBA MVP candidate. And Rockets having a pretty good year themselves. Should be a good first-round series there between the Thunder and the Rockets. That'll probably be the best series to watch in this first round. So be looking for the NBA playoffs getting underway today. And if you're like me, I'm an NBA fan now. It's just the regular season is just so long. There's really nothing riding on each game. You get a few games to look forward to throughout the regular season, the matchups. But if you like basketball at a high level, even the NBA, you get 2 months. You get 2 months of basketball in playoffs. It is a dragged-out playoff season, 2 months going into mid-June when it all wraps up. But you get 2 months of really basketball pretty much every night. You can tune into a game on ESPN, ABC, or TNT and see a big game and a lot riding on it as well. So it's 2 months of pretty good basketball night in and night out for the NBA playoffs. So looking forward to that getting underway today here on Saturday. And that's pretty much all we've got to bring to you for today. And we appreciate you for tuning as always. And we'll be looking forward to having you back with us. We'll have another roundtable next Saturday. Got another assignment next weekend, so been pretty busy on the weekends here lately. But we'll have a roundtable to bring to you for next week. But we'll try to catch you a couple weeks down the road as we'll pretty much be wrapping up the season here here in just a few weeks. Only about a week left, or a month left in the school year, and the spring sports season will be wrapping up as well. So it'll be wrapping up pretty quick, and when the school year ends and pretty much the spring sports ends, we conclude the roundtable for the summer. Not a whole lot going on except for the summer sports round, which is certainly hard to cover. So it'll be summer and coming back to late August, getting ready for the fall sports season. So we've got probably a month left in the roundtable season, and we'll try to bring it to you when we can. Just busy on the weekends lately, but that'll do it for us today, and we'll look forward to having you back. And until then, I'm Tyler Wagner. Have yourself a nice Easter weekend. Take care, everyone.